English language learner population in our schools. Following that, we will have a conversation with a few representatives from NOLA Public Schools to talk about the upcoming enrollment window for school year 26-27 using the New Orleans Common Application process. So tune in to Talk That, NOLA Education every Monday at 12:30 p.m. on 12:30 a.m. To learn more about NSNO and our programs, visit newschoolsforneworleans.org.
Good morning, Wake Up.
The Good Morning Show.
Good morning.
On WBOK.
Flying by, believe it or not, 11 months of 2025 have flown by. And here we are, the Monday after the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. The kiddos are back in school today. And that means, of course, we want you to be safe out there. 7:05 a.m. I am Will Sutton, and with me today is Ro Brown.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy
Good morning.
December. It is December 1st.
Yeah.
Whoa.
December, man. December.
Ooh.
And, it's not Boston or Maine or anything, but we got a little chilliness in the air.
So I found out on the way from my car
Yeah.
to the studio.
Such a beautiful weekend with the weather. I mean, we had, it was not a hot July or August New Orleans summer heat. It was a nice fall.
So I heard.
Yeah, I mean, I even had several shirts and a heavy jacket. Matter of fact, this jacket on for the Bayou Classic, and I had to take it off.
And this jacket, is a Grambling band jacket. A band jacket? What are you doing with a band jacket?
Well, I was in the band.
Not at Grambling.
I was not.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. You weren't
in the band. I was in the band at Cone Junior High School.
I know.
I was in the band at St. Aug, March of 100.
You went to Cone?
I did. KOH.
We'll talk. I know.
Yes.
We'll talk about that later.
Some
How
folks
did you go to Cone?
I know. And then St. Aug, March of 100.
Okay.
And then the Force at Hampton Institute, now Hampton University.
So back to my original question. What are you doing with a Grambling band jacket?
Well, I also am a proud lifetime member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And, I worked at Grambling State University for several years.
I know that. So why do
in
you
my
have...
capacity as communications director, I helped the band more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times with media. Students and more, and the band director was then a member of Omega, as was the first assistant, and the second,
that explains,
and the third.
That explains. That explains it. I'm an honorary G-man.
Are you really?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
That's right. I have a plaque in my house.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Boy.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to take a picture of that and show me or bring me over.
A bunch of former Grambling football players gave it to me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I've
Anthony
been a
Simmons.
part of
Anthony Simmons was the leader, I should say.
I've been a part of a number of different types of families beyond my blood family. And I did not attend Grambling State University. There's not nary a course on my vita or my background that not an evening course, weekend course, anything. But I worked for several years,
right?
And they just took me in.
Okay.
And so I knew that. I have more Grambling stuff than I have Hampton stuff, and more Grambling stuff than I have St. Augustine.
Okay.
I mean, so,
don't say the second one too loud.
Yeah, right. Oh boy. Well, we've got quite a show ahead of you. First of all, because there's just a little bit of news that happened over the weekend, and some of it involves sports and some of it involves news, and we're going to be talking about the coach shuffle. We got Louisiana coach shuffle, just a little bit. So a lot of moving parts to that involving LSU and Tulane and our own Southern University. And there's more because I'm not a huge follower of the high school sports scene. But boy, recently it seems like there's some really good teams battling out there with the number of players that's going to be going on to bigger and better things.
Yes.
And I'm glad that our Purple Knights are one of those teams, of course.
Which is the only reason why he mentioned it.
Yeah, of course. I had to find a way to get there. All right, folks. It's the Good Morning Show right here at WBOK. This is Will Sutton, and you're hearing the voice of Ro Brown. We're going to be with you today, and we're going to take a break. And after the break, we'll come back with some more news and information and chatter and banter that you might want to hear, might not want to hear, but we'll do the best that we can to entertain you and inform you. The talk line, we can hear your voices, 504-582-9422, 504-582-9422. Stay tuned. WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about. All day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Good morning and happy Monday. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU News, and here's a look at today's headlines. Happening today, the New Orleans City Council must vote on a budget for next year. It comes amid a growing budget deficit, which Mayor-elect Helena Moreno says could total more than $200 million in 2026. Moreno says her budget plan will include furloughs and layoffs to non-public safety positions. That vote by council members is expected this morning. Then something not happening today, that Border Patrol operation in our city. NBC News is citing a source from Homeland Security who says the operation will start sometime later this week. Approximately 250 Border Patrol agents are already in town to carry out the Trump administration's latest immigration enforcement crackdown. And the NOPD is searching for whoever is responsible for a triple shooting that left one woman dead and injured two others. It happened yesterday evening in Central City, moments after a second line ended. We're told a 26-year-old woman was found shot on Magnolia Street. She later died from her injuries. A 16-year-old boy and an adult man were also injured in the gunfire. And finally, big sports news. Lane Kiffin has landed in Baton Rouge and will officially address the media as coach of the LSU Tigers. That is expected to happen later today around 3:30 p.m. And that's a look at today's headlines. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU News. Have a great day.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve. I'm Zero Forgis with WDSU.
Hey, y'all. Make sure you tune in on Thursdays at 12:30 p.m. for the Roux with Chef Bunny, sponsored by Blue Plate Mayonnaise on WBOK 12:30 a.m.
Good morning, Wake Up.
The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Well, good morning, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show for those of you all who have already been in tune with us. The voice you're hearing is Will Sutton, and the other voice you're going to hear in a moment is Ro Brown.
Me.
Yeah. Ro Brown. He is here. Thank you for coming back, my man.
Thank you.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving weekend?
Yes, I did. Like I said, when you talked about the beautiful weather, I said, yes, so I heard. And that was because I really didn't go outside over the weekend. No.
I mean,
I could see it was beautiful, but I didn't leave. I didn't leave. Which doesn't
Thursday,
usually
Friday or
No. From Friday night to now. Yeah, to coming here. And I was doing stuff, stuff I wanted to do, stuff I had to do. For some reason, I just never left and didn't think about it until last night.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, well, sounds like a pleasant time.
Yeah, it was.
Did you turn on the TV?
Yeah.
Watch
of course,
any ball?
you watch football and all that and other things and just, ignore football sometimes and just sit there and read. And,
Good.
That's about it. That's about all.
Well, good. Well, we are back in the studio today, and we've got quite a good show lined up for you. And one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to hop into conversation with our friends from the Louisiana Nonprofit Alliance. They're going to be telling us about who they are and what they do, because they're all about the nonprofit life and business and building and sustaining nonprofits. And they've got quite an event coming up soon. So we're going to be talking with them and hearing about that. We're also going to be talking with my colleague, Mark Ballard, who some of you may know from reading the Times-Picayune, The Advocate, NOLA.com. He is our Washington correspondent. And so he's going to come on today to talk about a story he wrote just recently that is about the ACA, also known as Obamacare. And you might have heard that we had a 43-day government shutdown. The primary reason we had the shutdown was because ACA tax credits are about to expire in just a few days. And so he wrote a story about seniors, watch out. So if you're 23 or 28 or 35, you should be interested for mom or dad or grandpa. But if you over 50, 60, 65, you might want to listen to what Mark is going to be talking about.
Mark says the train is coming.
And it's not looking good. Not looking good. So stay tuned. We'll be hearing from Mark on this show as well. But meanwhile, we have news. Unfortunately, one of the things that happened yesterday was a shooting with one person who died, a woman, and a teen boy and a man wounded in Central City. The New Orleans Police Department says this was connected to a second line. And this happened at the end of said second line. Not clear to me whether it was like officially sanctioned or not, but I know it was scheduled. And the police were called about 5:17 p.m. to the 2700 block of Magnolia Street. And they found this woman, and she was declared dead on the scene. And a 16-year-old boy was found a few blocks away, so not at the same scene, 2700 block of 7th Street.
Yeah, well, shooting starts, people run.
Yep.
People run,
Yep.
And even if you're shot, you run.
Right. And then there was a 29-year-old man also located nearby. He had been wounded. They took these folks to the hospitals. I thought that the injuries are probably not life-threatening, so nothing about that. as of last night, New Orleans Police Department had not arrested anyone. And in police statement, Reese Harper, who of course is the NOPD spokesperson, communications guy with the police department, said, quote, "Our hearts are with the family who is grieving tonight and with everyone shaken by this incident. Second lines are part of who we are as a city. No one should ever fear violence in these moments. We will stand with this family, with this community, and we will not let this go unanswered," close quote. Most unfortunate. Second lines been an important part of our culture for a long time.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
But let's be real. They have changed.
Yeah.
They have changed. Not in total. Not in total.
Well,
Let's say there's an element that has changed.
Well, the last time I was here, as a matter of fact, I think it was the last time, the police chief was here and specifically talked about
Yes, she did.
bringing guns to second lines, and not bringing guns to second lines. I have avoided second lines in recent years for that reason, and I can remember when, in my childhood, a second line was something that was kind of like, how do you put it? It wasn't something you saw every weekend.
Right.
Okay. You didn't have a second line just for second line's sake. If there was a second line, you wanted to be there, or you'd like to be there because it was something that was kind of rare. Second lines were for, when I was first told about second lines, I was told it was only for jazz musicians who died. Right. That's the first thing I was told about second lines. The dirge going to the cemetery, and that's how I was, now, second lines are like, well, I guess it's like giving a party. It's somebody's birthday, you have a second line. Somebody's coming back home or whatever from the service, you have a second line. So it's changed in that regard too, for me.
Yeah, unfortunately, and of course, large majority of the people are out to celebrate.
Yeah,
out to honor someone. Out to have a good time. The second line.
Yeah. You're saying that in the dance sense to second line,
right?
Yeah, and but
some people see an opportunity to do other things, and it's really bad when it moves beyond a verbal assault to hands, and these days you can't even say knives.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so unfortunate and so sad that, something that, that we say is so much a part of our culture that, I have to think about whether or not I have somebody from out of town as a second line and I want to take them to see it.
Right. Right.
And I have to think about whether or not I want to do it.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. So our prayers go for this 26-year-old woman who was killed, and we pray the man and the teen boy recovering from their wounds. And if you were there, you saw something, you got some video in particular, there was quite a call out yesterday for videos of what was going on. Not necessarily video of the shooting, but by having video of what was going on, police will be able to kind of determine sequence of events, I'm sure, as a part of the investigation. So the detectives are at 504-658-5300, 504-658-5300. And you can call Crime Stoppers, of course, that's anonymous, 504-822-1111, 504-822-1111. If you don't want to call anybody, but you say, I have some video, you can do that via crimestoppersgno.org, crimestoppersgno.org.
You don't have to give your name.
Nope. No name is necessary. And so I will continue to look into this and find out more. Hopefully we'll know more before the end of the show. And if not, then by tomorrow. Meanwhile, I wanted to let you know that there were some other incidents that happened over the weekend, including an 18-year-old was killed in a Saturday shooting. In that case, in Hammond, a suspect was arrested. 18-year-old Jermaine Stevenson Jr., 18, at the Town and Country Plaza on Thomas Street, for those of you who are familiar with that area. This was about late afternoon on Saturday at a hair salon. And someone that Stevenson knows drove him to the medical center. But with life-saving efforts and all, he was not able to survive. And police were very quick to identify Kaylin Green, 19, who fled from the scene, and he reported that he shot someone.
He reported. Not by accident.
He had shot someone.
Not by accident.
It's not clear.
Okay.
It's not clear. But the charge is second-degree murder.
Yeah, I guess
illegal discharge
it wasn't by accident.
of a weapon. So the police say the motive is under investigation. But second degree, it must have been some kind of reason.
Yeah.
All right. Another unfortunate situation. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll give you some more news and information. And get ready for a good conversation about nonprofits in the state of Louisiana and a special event that'll be coming up very soon. This is Will Sutton, and I'm here with Ro Brown. You're listening to WBOK, 1230 a.m., what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
New Orleans, are you ready for a voice that says what you're thinking? Who that, you might ask? Arrington Gavin. That's right, I'm your guy, host of The Arrington Gavin Show, giving you so much filled with bold opinions, real conversations, and zero sugarcoating. We're going to be diving into the issues that matter, politics, pop culture, and all the above, unfiltered and unafraid. Catch The Arrington Gavin Show weeknights from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., Monday through Fridays, right here on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about.
Are you passionate about community safety and police accountability? Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Get the facts and stay informed. We're breaking down complex issues, highlighting community voices, and holding people behind the badge accountable. Join us for an informative hour every Friday at noon on WBOK. Your city, your police, your show. The Monitor's Mic.
This is The Law in Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton.
When it comes to family planning, should you go with a will or a trust?
A will is like leaving instructions to the court. It tells them who gets what, but your family still has to go through a succession, which can be costly and time-consuming.
A trust, on the other hand, avoids court altogether. So when the time comes, everything transfers smoothly to your loved ones.
It's a little more work up front, but way less hassle and expense later. Plan smart, save time, and take care of your family.
This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
LifeCare provides valuable whole life insurance to cover final expenses such as medical bills, burial costs, and unpaid debt. A final expense insurance policy is fast, easy, affordable life insurance that's available to anyone between the ages of 50 and 80. No medical exams, no lengthy questionnaires, and no waiting period. The application process is quick and easy. You can even apply without having to undergo a medical examination. Just answer a few questions and we'll do the rest. With the average funeral cost skyrocketing to $11,000 and Social Security only paying $255, you need simple, affordable peace of mind for you and your whole family. Don't leave behind unpaid expenses that, if left unattended, will burden your family tremendously. Benefits include a guaranteed premium that will never increase, a guaranteed cash value, and a guaranteed death benefit that can never decrease. To find out how you can get final expense insurance with a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, call LifeCare at 800-571-9955. That's 800-571-9955. 800-571-9955.
The National World War II Museum, located in the Warehouse District of New Orleans. The National World War II Museum tells the story of America's experience in the war that changed the world, why it was fought, how it was won, and what it means today. Visit them online at www.nationalww2museum.org for time tickets and safety information.
You've got responsibilities, but that doesn't mean your dreams are on hold. At Southern University at New Orleans, our evening and weekend college is designed with your life in mind. Finish your degree, start a new one, on your time, your degree, your schedule, no excuses, just opportunity. Visit suno.edu and make your next move today.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
Good morning, Wake Up.
The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, New Orleans, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show right here on WBOK, 1230 a.m. We appreciate those of you all who are still listening to us on radio. And we know there are a bunch of you all listening to us via the internet from wherever you might be. And these days, of course, we've got listeners and watchers on Facebook Live. Hi, y'all. Good to see you. Well, I can't see you, but good to know that you can see us, and we're happy to be here with you. I am Will Sutton, and with me today is Ro Brown.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming.
They let me come.
Coming out of your seclusion on the weekend. He just told me that I was asking him how was his weekend. He said it was great. I was inside from Friday to Sunday. Very limited risk for anything significant happening.
Correction, Friday to Monday morning.
Friday to Monday, oh boy. Well, that's quite a weekend. So I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, and you still managed to get a little football in.
Yeah, a little football, you know. You'd be surprised what Miles Davis and the Beatles can get you through.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I promised you before we got to this point that we would have a good nonprofits conversation. So we are here with Jill Rostow. Did I get that right?
You did.
Executive Director of Louisiana Alliance for Nonprofits, and attorney Marion Floyd from the Zulu Community Services Foundation. And let's just go ahead and get it out of the way. And my Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated fraternity brother.
Good morning.
All right. Well, we thank you all for getting up so early to come in and talk with us about nonprofits in New Orleans, greater New Orleans, southern Louisiana, across Louisiana. We know there are so many people who are not corporations and they are not universities, but that so often people get confused. Kind of what is a business, what is a nonprofit, a for-profit, and a not-for-profit. And unless you're in some part of it, you don't often know. And sometimes even when you're in it, I've talked to nonprofit people and they're not sure what.
Absolutely.
You're right.
Yeah.
But we're here to clear that up.
And I'm sure glad you are. So first, give us just a little bit about this. This is WBOK, Jill. This is WBOK. Okay. So this is like an important station for our community in this market. And so we like to know something about the people.
Great.
Okay. Who your mama in now?
Well, I'm from Baton Rouge, but I love to be in New Orleans as much as I can. I'm a Saints and Pelicans fan, which has been a hard thing this year, but that's okay. I hang in there. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here, excited to partner with the Zulu Community Services Foundation. We support the nonprofits of the state. I think some of your listeners may know this, but there are over 20,000 registered 501c3s in the state of Louisiana.
20,000?
Over 20,000. And I like your distinction that you made. Nonprofits are businesses, and they need to be run like businesses. And that's what we try to do at Louisiana Alliance for Nonprofits is help the organizations run like a business. You run like a nonprofit business, but you're filling a very important gap in services in our communities. And all over Louisiana, we know there's gaps in services, and that's what our great organizations that we try to help do. And of those 20,000, I'm going to say there's about 8,500 in the space of operating and really supporting our communities around the state. And of course, in New Orleans, we have a lot of need, and we also have a lot of great organizations that are trying to support those that need help.
So how long has the Alliances existed?
The Alliance has existed in this form for about 5 years now. But previous to that, there was an old organization called LANO, and we've kind of reframed.
You're a LANO.
Yeah, we reframed to be Louisiana Alliance for Nonprofits. Yeah. We kind of narrowed the focus, really took place during the COVID time. We restructured. I came on board. Marone joined our board. We've got a good group of people supporting us, and we kind of tried to identify the area we needed to be in, and we determined it was kind of the resource hub and education space. We can't be all things to all people. There's a lot of need, but what we can do is help those organizations operate as efficiently and effectively as possible so they can support and assist as many people as needed. So that's our goal.
Well, I'm just a dumb sports guy. So having said that, it's people may be confused, and you kind of touched on it already, and I just want you to reiterate it. Nonprofits are businesses.
Yes, sir.
But businesses are for-profit.
Well, nonprofits should operate as a for-profit business.
That's okay.
The 501c3 is simply a tax status that eliminates that federal taxes that you pay. I will jump in there and say for those that are critical and say, oh, these organizations don't pay any taxes. We all pay sales taxes, and all of the employees of nonprofits, which this is varying all the time. And at our conference this week, Dr. Heather Carpenter will talk about this. Approximately 10 to 11% of our workforce in the state of Louisiana is employed by 501c3 organizations, and all those people pay taxes. I can promise you I pay taxes. So that tax status is something that is offered by the federal government for these organizations that truly have to jump through hoops to keep that status to show that they're filling a need and a gap in services.
So is the Louisiana Alliance for Nonprofits run by the state?
No. We are ourselves a 501c3.
Right. Gotcha.
So we are an organization where we have to rely on generosity and funding. We try not to compete directly with the nonprofit organizations that we serve, which is tricky, frankly. We rely on a lot of community foundation and some corporate support, and we're member-based. So we do charge a membership fee of only $100. From when we went from LANO, which used to have a complicated membership structure, to this new organization, that's one of the things we wanted that cost to not be a barrier for entry for any of the organizations. So it's only $100 to join as a member and get access to our resources and access to me and the great people that work with me for coaching and other information, as well as capacity building training and these conferences that we're doing around the state.
Does that include like the one-person, two-person nonprofits as well
as
the larger nonprofits?
Oh, it does. And we have in Louisiana, there are a lot of small to medium. In fact, I'm going to say about 6,000 roughly of our nonprofits, and this changes all the time, are small to medium-sized nonprofits. So we're talking revenue operation of $100,000 to, I'm going to call it $3.5 million. Is that small to medium size? You get into those, you alluded to churches, universities, large nonprofits, but a lot of the boots on the ground are 2, 3, 4, 5 person operations.
Yep. Mr. Floyd, why did you get involved with this? I mean, I know a little bit about you, and we could talk for a while, but I'm not going to go into all those things, but you're a busy guy.
I am busy.
Why would you get involved with this?
I was honored to be nominated to be on the board of the Louisiana Alliance for Nonprofit, and then last year I was elected chair. I noticed all of the great things that are taking place. For example, LSU Shreveport has its hands in and around the leadership. So I said, this needs to come to New Orleans. Well, lo and behold, I am on the board of the Zulu Community Services Foundation. So it became the nonprofit match in heaven. As you know, the Zulu Club since 1909 has been, the space for benevolence in our area. So Zulu said, let's kind of move towards the foundation, and the foundation has done amazing work in the nonprofit space in only 3 years. So when this partnership option became available, it was a no-brainer.
Wow. And so we got an event coming up on December 4th.
Yes, Jill has the technicality as the speaker. She was more like
right, tell us a little bit about
the mechanic who put this car together that's about to hit the road.
We have got a great lineup of speakers. We're really very lucky to be at Zulu's location. The gentlemen have been wonderful to partner with and give us a great venue for the conference on Thursday. We've got a full day, 8 to 5. I think there might be some cocktails afterwards. And
you think?
Courtesy of the Zulu men.
If it's Zulu and it's after business hours.
I will tell you, when I went to the venue the first time and saw a big, huge bar in the corner, I thought, well, this is going to make for a good day. But we've got experts that really can give our organizations, like we said, talking about trying to run the business. We want you to think that you're running the business just like you're making money. And just to interject real quickly, that's another idea too. When you're a nonprofit organization, you don't have to end up at zero or losing money at the end of the year. Right. You can have money that you're rolling over so that you can keep operating. Right. You're just not, paying for some exorbitant things maybe, or things that you shouldn't, and lots of hoops to jump through. And very few people break the rules. Most people do it right. But that week, it's experts from all over the state that are coming to talk about whether it's technology, AI. I mean, we all have to talk about it. Absolutely. So it's being used everywhere we go. I mentioned Dr. Heather Carpenter. Marone mentioned LSU Shreveport. LSU Shreveport has a program in one of the only degreed programs in the state of nonprofit administration and management. And so Dr. Heather Carpenter does a state of the nonprofit sector. She's going to talk about specifically in the New Orleans area how many organizations, what kind of revenue they have, where they're getting their money from, how many people they're supporting. It's really fascinating. She's going to talk at lunchtime. We've got a great man, John Edwards, is going to talk about crisis clarity. How do you safeguard your reputation in today's world? What if something goes wrong? What if you have something? What if you have an unhappy donor? What if you have a donor who's involved in a scandal? How do you protect the reputation of your organization? We've got, of course, fundraising. If we poll our organizations and say, what's the number one thing you need us to help with? Fundraising. So when we do surveys, a lot of times we say, other than fundraising, how can we help you? But there's Beverly Brooks Thompson is an expert in fundraising. She's been in the fundraising world for well over probably 25 years, and she's an expert. So we've got great experts that I think many people in the New Orleans area haven't seen before, new speakers to them that are going to talk about leadership, HR, building your team, and protecting yourself, and how to properly use technology and AI. Cybersecurity.
LSU Shreveport, you said, has a program, has a
master's degree in the nonprofit administration, which is impressive.
It's an online program.
Yeah.
They recently just started an undergraduate in person. but they have for several years had a very successful online master's in nonprofit administration and research.
Yeah. My sister was president of the St. Louis Foundation, and she doesn't do that anymore. But she started a course at Washington University in St. Louis on the history of nonprofits.
Wow, that's great.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just made me think of that when you talked about LSU Shreveport.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, those are some great
Academia.
topics. I am my full-time paycheck with benefits job is as a journalist and columnist at Times Picayune. But I've had other hats along the way. So I have worked for nonprofits and not-for-profits, and that crisis piece is something. I will not speak to the specifics. I'll just say that it's not always something you do. And this particular case involved a millionaire donor. And the group had done nothing.
That's right.
He sure did.
Yikes.
And there was an immediate connection. And that had to be managed.
Yeah.
But that's so unfortunate. Nonprofits work so hard with the little they get, and you get a teeny tiny scandal, and suddenly, it casts just a negative light, and that's so unfair that everybody has to bear the burden for a bad actor.
Well,
right. and that's why it's a good topic to have at your conference, because who goes into this thinking bad things will happen, especially bad things you don't do.
That's right.
Correct.
They don't. Well, and I'm so blessed to work with so many great people. I mean, I see people every day, and in our trainings, that they usually start this work, particularly some that we call a mom and pop group, or somebody that starts it out of their garage, because they saw a need, they had a loss, they saw a gap when they had an issue, and they're trying to solve it. And what we're trying to do is help take them from that mom and pop. This is I'm going to use the old-fashioned word we don't like to use anymore, of charity.
Yes.
Okay? We're going to take this idea that we're going to try to do good, but now you've got to operate like a business, and there's so much you have to know and have in place, down to things like we provide discounts on directors and officers insurance, and organizations are like, what is that? You better have directors and officers insurance. Well, you just said why.
Right.
Okay?
That's correct.
Yep.
And those are the kind of things that people that build something out of a passion, they don't think about. And that's what we're trying to help them do, so they can keep operating. And I do want to throw in there, we've got amazing sponsors, or we couldn't pull this conference off.
Oh, let's hear about it.
So in addition to the Zulu Community Services Foundation, we're so glad to have BCM, Baptist Community Ministries, here in New Orleans area, Bonvenue Bank, who's here in the New Orleans area, the Jefferson Community Foundation. So we are trying to get everybody from greater New Orleans. And I think we're going to have a good crowd coming from Baton Rouge as well, because all of us in Baton Rouge love to be in New Orleans.
Absolutely.
1 hour.
Absolutely.
And Blue Cross, Louisiana Blue, Winston Gray, the Council Services Plus. So we've got great people supporting this, because we couldn't put it on otherwise. And that's why we've been able to keep the ticket price low, $150. Register for the whole day. Join us and, learn some good stuff and find out. We're hoping everybody from each speaker, you're going to get one takeaway to take back. Take to your organization, take back to your board, that's hopefully going to help you operate just a little more efficiently. We know, like all businesses, it's costing more and more to do business. That's no different if you're a nonprofit. It still costs as much to have internet and utilities and rent, and it's all going up. And so how do you raise more money, provide better services, be more efficient, so you don't have to drop your services as the cost of doing business goes up?
And I like the topic or the theme of the conference is Impact Amplified. It means that one nonprofit doesn't have to function in a vacuum. You may be able to partner with other nonprofits to increase your services, expand your marketplace. You're not competing against other people. You're trying to do the very best job with the limited resources you have. So this conference will be a win-win for each and every participant.
I'm Will Sutton, and with me is Ro Brown. We're here in conversation with Joe Rosto, Executive Director of Louisiana Alliance for Nonprofits. and Attorney Maren Floyd from Zulu Community Services Foundation, and the chair of the Alliance.
Thank goodness. I'm making him. He was just talking about when his transition time. I said, "You got another year. You're not going anywhere for 2020. Then he'll be past chair in 2027. So two more years."
Right. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't pretend to know everything, but one of the differences between an LLC and a nonprofit is you need to have a board.
Absolutely. You got to have a
right?
word. Yes, you do. Absolutely. To get that status with the IRS, and we've got all that on our website, Louisiana Nonprofits with an S.org. But if you're trying to start a nonprofit, and if you call me, I'm going to tell you don't do it. Partner with somebody that exists. But if you absolutely insist you have to, we'll help you. But that's one of the things you have to have in place before the IRS will give you that status. You have to have bylaws. You have to have a board of directors committed. They're going to require at least 3 people. We're going to tell you you need about 5 to get started. And they can't be your family members.
Jill, I was just about to say, Grandpa and Aunt Noonie might have hearts of gold, but they may not be the ones you want on your board.
Really,
so.
it can't be a family member.
They may show up for Thanksgiving dinner, but they won't be at the board meeting.
That's
you
right.
can have you can have
member.
Aunt Noonie if she's the best choice, but it can't be all family members.
Correct.
And ideally, and that very often, if it's a couple, I mean, we see this a lot. It's a couple, and they start an organization, and they're passionate and they're smart. They're going to start the organization,
right.
But you've got to build out, and a challenge organizations have is build beyond your circle. You've got to find different experts in different areas, people with different perspective, because these boards are advisory boards, and they're supposed to be giving you, that advice and perspective of what's going on in the community, different from what you've got.
Case in point, with our Zulu Community Services Foundation, Jamar McNeely, who's over the Inspire NOLA group, is our chair. I'm on the board. Jay Marks, who's with the bank, and Senator Ed Murray. So we have different skill sets that when we meet, we bring that knowledge to bear. So you don't want to have a homogeneous board with everybody who does the very same thing. It does a disservice, and that's one thing that kind of is a non-starter for a lot of successful boards.
Right.
And a lot of times people who are on boards kind of think it means they don't have to do anything. You guys deal with boards.
We've seen it.
Who get on boards?
Everyone does.
Who think
we struggle like everyone.
That it's that it's the title that I'm on that board, and that's
you're so right, Ron.
That's right.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm on the board.
Right.
Well, I do board training. So one of the things, in fact, we just recently did a Barristers for Boards training in a couple areas around the state for young lawyers who are looking to serve on boards. And their law firms are telling them, you need to serve on a board. And one of the first things I tell them is, only join a board that you're passionate about their mission. Don't join because somebody said, hey, get on this board, or they have a good lunch. Really, really find something that you're interested in, because if you're not interested in it, you're not going to be a great board member. And these organizations, they need board members. They need passionate board members. They need those people that can be, like Marone, an advocate for that organization in the community. They need somebody that's willing to go out and talk about the great work they do. They need somebody that can help bring in the money.
That's correct.
They need people that are willing to, the board member doesn't have to donate all the money, but they have to be willing to talk to others about the mission and help find those sources of money. Because at the end of the day, no money, no mission.
Right.
That's what we say.
Right.
So that is important. And that board piece is a very important, and I'll tell you, an increasingly tricky one.
And the opposite argument to that is the revised statutes which govern nonprofit boards say that you're supposed to cycle on and off, as I call it, every 5 years.
Right.
We have board members that have been a member of the same board for 15 years.
That's not
technically, not healthy, not legal technically.
Right. Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much for coming in and spending some time. One more time, let's make sure people know the date, time, place.
Got it. December 4th. This Thursday, 8 a.m., Roy E. Glapion Hall. You can register, louisiananonprofits.org, and $150. Come join us for the day, and hope to see you all there.
And you have lunch.
We have breakfast, coffee, lunch, and cocktails. Got you covered for the day.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Myron. We really appreciate your time. Good education and information for our WBOK family of listeners. And it sounds like you got a great event planned, and certainly a great deal of information that's going to be shared from some wonderful people. I mean, these folks know what they're talking about.
They do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is wonderful. You're listening to WBOK. I am Will Sutton, and this is Ro Brown in with me.
Hello.
I know it's a news and information show, but we had a few sports developments over the weekend. So
A few.
we're going to have to touch on one or two, Mr. Ro. You getting ready?
No.
All right, you're hearing our voices, but the talk line is 504-582-9422, 504-582-9422. You're listening to WBOK, 1230 a.m. what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now at 800-311-5977. That's 800-311-5977. 800-311-5977. LifeCare provides valuable whole life insurance to cover final expenses such as medical bills, burial costs, and unpaid debt. A final expense insurance policy is fast, easy, affordable life insurance that's available to anyone between the ages of 50 and 80. No medical exams, no lengthy questionnaires, and no waiting period. The application process is quick and easy. You can even apply without having to undergo a medical examination. Just answer a few questions and we'll do the rest. With the average funeral cost skyrocketing to $11,000 and Social Security only paying $255, you need simple, affordable peace of mind for you and your whole family. Don't leave behind unpaid expenses that, if left unattended, will burden your family tremendously. Benefits include a guaranteed premium that will never increase, a guaranteed cash value, and a guaranteed death benefit that can never decrease. To find out how you can get final expense insurance with a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, call LifeCare at 800-571-9955. That's 800-571-9955. 800-571-9955.
Good morning, Wake Up.
The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show right here on WBOK. The voice you're hearing is Will Sutton, and with me is Ro Brown.
Good morning.
And it is 7:57 a.m. Don't forget, it is a school day. If you got somewhere to be at 8 o'clock, oh boy, I hope you're turning the corner and the parking lot has a vacant spot so you can pull in and get on inside. If it's more like 8:15, you got all your stuff together, you're probably in decent shape. But those kiddos, watch out for them. School zone speeds are in effect until 9 a.m. So please, whatever you do, be careful. Watch out for the babies. Watch out for yourself. And I know you're not the crazy driver, but watch out for those who are to make sure we don't lose another life or injure anyone this morning. It's just a couple of minutes before 8, and after 8, we're going to be talking about the Coach Shuffle. But meanwhile, let's talk about some other news that you might want to know. Over in Raceland, there was a hunting accident in Lafourche Parish, and that's the thing about hunting. You can be as safe if you want, but sometimes things happen. And there were 3 unrelated Lafourche Parish shootings over the course of about 14 hours.
3? It had to do with hunting?
Hours. No.
I mean, all 3
were
hunting situations?
All right. So, no.
Oh, okay.
But listen to this. So, I mean, it's like in 14 hours. So we're not talking about 14 hours in New Orleans.
Yeah.
14 hours in Lafourche.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so a guy was shot in the head and killed. Shot in the head and killed with a friend while hunting with a friend near Bayou Foch Road. The rifle discharged while the 2 hunters were handling it. Doesn't sound like any anger. It sounds like dealing with a very serious weapon, and now somebody's dead.
Yeah.
So, so that was reported about 4 p.m. on Saturday. And then 5 hours later, also in Lafourche, in Thibodaux, there was a shooting in the 100 block of Hetland Drive. And a man in his 20s was shot in the leg. And they think it was a domestic disturbance. So there was some anger involved with that one. And then 5:30 a.m. on Sunday in Cutoff, there was a man was shot in the arm after he trespassed and acted erratically, throwing a metal object at the resident. Okay. So if not anger, then a little.
That's anger.
Off key. So 3 students in.
That's partly anger and leave me alone.
Yeah. And this is my property.
Yeah.
So unfortunate situation. All right. Well, it's 8 o'clock, folks, and if you got to be there at 8, you are late. Unless you're already, I hope you're pulling out the chair, sitting down. If you're going to be there for 8:15, 8:20, 8:30, you're probably in better shape. Keep in mind the little ones going to school, getting off the buses, walking to school, and even in your own driveway or near your parking spot. When we come back, we're going to talk about the LSU, Tulane, and Southern Universities Coach Shuffles. This is WBOK, 12:30 a.m., what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
WBOK New Orleans, home of the Good Morning Show, 7 to 9 a.m. weekdays.
This news report is brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. A former Campbell Soup employee is suing in Wayne County, Michigan, claiming he was fired for exposing a VP's hour-long rant.
He has no filter. Oh, just pure disgust.
Robert Garza says the exec made racist remarks, admitting coming to work high, and claimed Campbell's uses bioengineered meat and 3D printed chicken. A black former University of Virginia student has been sentenced to 5 life terms for killing 3 black football players and wounding 2 others in a 2022 campus shooting. Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. pleaded guilty and will be eligible for parole at 60. And the Browns will stick with rookie QB Shedeur Sanders as starter, even with Dylan Gabriel cleared from concussion protocol. Sanders, a 5th-round pick, made history Sunday as the first Browns rookie since 1995 to win his debut, leading Cleveland past the Raiders. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
This is Dr. Jaquil Ross, the host for Talk That, NOLA Education, brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans. On Talk That, we'll be focusing on the amazing work of educators and students happening inside and around public schools in New Orleans. Our school communities are full of so much talent and promise, so let's talk about it. This month, we'll be joined by Jamar McNeely, Jarrell Bryant, and Dana Peterson for a discussion focused on the importance of Black men in education. Also, we will hear from Kathleen Harris, Dr. Sheila Guidry, and Dr. Kelly Jordan to talk about how NSNO and NOLA Public Schools are supporting a growing English language learner population in our schools. Following that, we will have a conversation with a few representatives from NOLA Public Schools to talk about the upcoming enrollment window for school year 26-27 using the New Orleans Common Application process. So tune in to Talk That, NOLA Education, every Monday at 12:30 p.m. on 12:30 a.m. To learn more about NSNO and our programs, visit newschoolsforneworleans.org.
Good morning, Wake Up.
The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, New Orleans, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. I'm Will Sutton, and with me today is Ro Brown.
Hello, everyone.
Happy to have you along.
Glad to be here.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Thank you. And you're hearing us, but we'd like to hear from you. The talk line is 504-582-9422. 504-582-9422. No, it wasn't planned this way, but based on the things that happened over the weekend and particularly yesterday, there's some sports news to talk about that I think is bigger than sports. So in a number of these situations. So, why do I think that?
Yeah.
I think that because I am aged enough in tooth to realize the importance of sports to so many institutions and not just universities.
Okay.
And when it comes to colleges and universities, sports is an important part of our growth, whether you're on the field, on the court, on the track or not. Mm-hmm. I think it's an important part of kind of when you're young, learning to be a fan. I think it's an important part of learning teamwork as an athlete. And I think it's an important part of what has become big business as you move from level to level to level. And so there are other aspects where sports is so important to the health of an organization. So that'd be my summary. I think I could write a whole column about it.
Yes, you could.
Maybe a chapter, but
you could write a whole column, a chapter about a lot of things. Yeah.
But that's my summary. But there was an annual game on Saturday, a big game, 52nd edition of the Bayou Classic.
Right.
Southern University and Grambling State University, and I did go to the game,
mm-hmm.
and it was quite the game.
Yeah.
It was quite the game. It was a big, sloppy game.
Well, that happens sometimes. But
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's always.
And I'm not the sports guru that you are, but penalties and misplays, and I mean that kind of summarizes it.
Yeah, yeah. It's 1 in 10 team comes in and wins. Beats a 7-4 team. So,
which is
like,
crazy.
Like they always say, rivalries, anything can happen and anything can happen. It's that, I guess didn't make up. Well, for some people, I guess it did make up the bad football season at Southern had.
Well, and speaking of Southern, they had decided before the season was over that it was time to move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know Coach Graves. I like Coach Graves. I'm glad to have worked with him, not directly in athletics, but at Grambling State University. Happy to see him go over to Southern. Happy to see him become the Southern coach.
Yep.
But when you get to that level and higher, winning is important.
Winning is important. Yes, it is, and they didn't win enough. So apparently they are going to hire Marshall Faulk.
Oh!
Yeah. Who are, one of the two greatest players produced by the city of New Orleans, in my opinion. But, it'll be his first head coaching job, and it follows a trend that's been happening with former professional football players becoming head coaches at HBCUs, i.e. Deion Sanders and Deshaun Jackson and Eddie George, who was at Tennessee State, who moved on to Bowling Green since then. And, there have been a few others, known Marshall since high school. Like Marshall. How can you not like him? I want him to do well. I'll do anything, and I'll help him do it any way that I can help him do well. Because I, know him that well. And I have always had my misgivings about the former pro football players who had not been coaches before, stepping in and becoming head coaches at HBCUs, because there are so many African-American assistant coaches at HBCUs who are working to become head coaches. And the only places where they will get head coaching jobs will be at HBCUs. And good people, talented people, I'm sure, who, want to be at these places and everything. And this is just, my opinion. I haven't been a big advocate of that because of those people. Because there's someone coming in, jumping over them who has not been working hard as a head coach someplace, with the desire to become a head coach. And that's just my opinion. Worked well for Jackson State, worked well for Deion Sanders. He got what he wanted out of it. Jackson State got what they wanted out of it. Okay? Yeah.
So is this
that's cool.
more about branding and recruiting?
Well, it has, that's a part of it. Yeah, I think, they saw what Jackson State got out of it. And so, hey, it worked for them. Then why don't we try that out also? Well, and it may work. And if it works, fine. I'm just, leery of thinking about people like, Chinnis Berry at South Carolina State, and Trey Oliver at Central, and, some people that I don't even know about. This time 10, 15 years ago.
right there, but I guess that wasn't.
Well, they've done that before.
Yeah, right.
And quite frankly, in Southwestern Athletic Conference circles, they say, they refer to them as SWAC recycles.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
From this SWAC school to that SWAC school.
Okay.
And and maybe they'll do that again. I don't know. But that's what some.
But meanwhile, Marshall Faulk is the man.
It looks
that's
like
who
Marshall
they wanted,
is the man,
and that's who they got. And I guess it becomes official today. Is that I think it's today.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'd be kind of surprised if they did it today because the school on the other side of town. Today.
Right. Yeah. Well, he did have some time with Deion Sanders at Colorado, so he's been in a high-class program.
And let me tell you one thing. Marshall Faulk is one of the smartest football players ever, okay? If you think back when he was playing with the Rams during the Super Bowl times and the greatest show on turf and all that, there were times when you saw on the sideline that Marshall was there like he was an assistant coach.
Right.
Like drawing up stuff and talking, Marshall he's tremendously intelligent.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we get back, we're going to talk about those other schools. All right. It's 8:12 a.m. If you all need to be somewhere at 8:15, you better hurry up. You got 3 minutes to get there. Please, again, watch out for the babies. Speed zone limits for schools still in effect until 9 a.m. This is WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about all